Hello, guys. I was watching another reviewer called Scott Reviews Things, and he was doing his top five beer tubers, and I thought I'd give it a go because obviously back in the day, which are going to be in my honourable mentions, um, there were certain reviewers that some have passed on sadly, and it just made me sort of think, who am I watching these days? So I thought I'd do a little top five for maybe people out there who are looking for beer reviewers to watch, and I'll give a little sort of brief description of each one. But honourable mentions obviously is going to be Terry K from Beer Goggles Reviews. You can still see his reviews. He's still got his channel up. Rest in peace. He was just the greatest, unequivocally the greatest beer reviewer that I've ever watched. I mean, I could watch that guy talk for 2 or 3 hours about a beer, and it wouldn't bore me. But yeah, he's definitely up there. He's top for me. But in regards to like who I'm watching now, obviously he won't be on the list. But he goes definitely top of the honourable mentions. Second person is going to be on the honourable mentions. I'm going to say the cider drinker Ricky. The only reason I haven't put him in my top five is because he drinks cider, and although I like it a lot, it's going to be a beer review list. So, and but the thing is, if you're into ciders or you're thinking of getting into ciders, Ricky is like the highest echelon of letting you know what's what, and he's such an honest reviewer as well. He doesn't bullshit. He's just a really good, easy watching as well. He doesn't sort of blind you with science as well. He's a really good guy to watch. So definitely check out the cider drinker. Yeah, and the last of my honourable mentions, he just missed off the top five actually, is short and stout reviews in Australia. In fact, he's the only beer reviewer I watch in Australia. Um, I've got no idea about the craft beer scene in Australia, so I'm learning as I watch Short and Stout. He does a lot of live reviews as well. So if you ever go onto his channel and catch him doing a live review, just click on it and have a little chat with him because he's a really nice guy, really approachable, and he's got a really good knowledge of the craft beer scene in Australia. So Short and Stout reviews, good guy, and he's a metalhead as well, so that's a plus point. Right, so let's go to the top five. Okay, I apologise for all the people I forgot. You got to remember, I've had 2 strokes, so I'm doing my best here. Right, so number five is going to be my good mate, the Beardy Beer Reviews, Brett. Um, I put in top five. I mean, he's a really good guy. He loves his imperial stouts and stuff like that. He's just very laid back, very approachable, easy, good to watch. It's all you want in a beer channel, really. He's just a really nice guy, and because he's a mate, that's probably why he's in the list as well. Not gonna lie, he's a really good guy. But yeah, sorry, I'm looking at my list and getting it all confused. So number five is Beardy Beer Reviews. Check him out. He's a good guy. Number four is going to be a guy that I have so much respect for. It's PA Brew News, Paul. He's been around for donkey's years. He's been around as long as me, I think. The only reason he's number four and not higher or lower, I don't know. Higher, lower, I don't know. Higher, sorry. If he's not, the reason he's not on there higher is because obviously he can only review what he can get, which is in America. But he's just such a good guy. He's so approachable, really nice guy, really friendly. He's got a really sort of dry sense of humour as well, like us English, and he's just a cracking lad, a really nice bloke. So PA Bruno's, check him out, brilliant. Number three is going to be Ginger Yeti. He's also from America. He's from Ohio. I only recently sort of clicked onto him. I've been a subscriber for about maybe 4 months, maybe the most 3 or 4 months. But he's just such a easy, sort of like easy to consume watch, if that makes sense. He's very knowledgeable. He's very straightforward. He doesn't sort of faff about, and that's great for my brain because my attention span is terrible. His reviews are usually about 4 or 5 minutes, but he condenses everything and he manages to get everything into that small space of time. Um, Mostly reviews American beers, but he does review UK and European beers as well. And he reviews some really sort of strange ones as well. That's why I like watching him. I mean, I think he reviewed a Hulk Hogan beer, which was pretty recently as well. And I just love all that sort of quirkiness. And he's a really nice guy. He's got a great setup as well, nice and clear to watch. Just a really nice guy. Ginger Yeti, give him a check out. He's a metalhead as well. That's probably why I've added him as well. So there you go. Number two is going to be one of the original beer reviewers ever of all time, I think, and that's Rob from Hopzine. He's been around for so long, same time as me. He's so knowledgeable. I mean, this guy knows everything, but he doesn't sort of present his channel in a like a how do I describe it? It's not too sort of technical or over the top. It's very, very straightforward. I've learned so much from him, learning about hops and just brewing processes and stuff like that. And just when he describes a beer, it's not too sort of flowery, you know. It's just straightforward, and it's as well as being in depth. He's just a great guy, Rob from Hopzine. Probably got the ump if I say his name. But anyway, Hopzine. I used to call him Robzine, but that used to piss him off. But yeah, Rob from Hopzine. Check him out. He's been around for ages. He's got a great back catalogue, so just check out the stuff that he does. And number one is going to be probably a bit of a strange one for people because I don't think he's very well known. I think he's got about 1,000 subs, maybe a bit more. But that's Andy's Beer Reviews. I got onto him about 4 months ago, and it's just the way he reviews. It's just brilliant. He'll sort of get, he'll get the beer, he'll show you the beer, pour it into the glass, and all that sort of stuff. And then I don't know. It's just the way he does it. It's just like it's so easy to watch. It just appeals to my brain at the level that I have now, which is probably bad for the people that I've mentioned in my reviews. They're probably thinking you've got a brain dead guy rating beer reviewers. But no, seriously, Andy's Beer Reviews is just such a great guy. He just talks about the beer, but he doesn't go over the top. He's like very similar to all the rest of them. But the thing I like about him the most is he'll almost always finish a beer on camera, and he'll make sure he gets every sort of taste from that beer, so he can present it to you in a review, which is great. I think that's such a good idea. I wish I could do that, but because of my stroke, I have to be very careful with how much I drink, and I'd be done after about 2 reviews. But yeah, Andy's Beer Reviews, great guy. He needs more. He needs more followers, I think. He needs to make his channel massive. I think he's really good. One more honourable mention, which I actually forgot. Sorry, brain. But that's Don's Beer Reviews in Scotland. He would actually be on the list. I don't even know why I didn't add him. But Don's Beer Reviews, great guy, Scottish beer reviewer. I try and watch beer reviewers from each part of the country and obviously outside into the world. And Don is my Scottish beer reviewer, and also So Fucking Drunk Danny. See what I mean? My brain is useless. Oh, I remember everyone. I'm remembering other people now. Danny, So Fucking Drunk as well. 2 great Scottish beer reviewers. You need to watch them as well. Danny's brilliant. He's so straightforward as well. He's just straight down to earth. Gives you the review. He's got his little Richter scale for how much ABV is in the beer. Yeah, good old Danny. Actually, Danny, you know what, Danny? If you're watching this, you're going to be joined with Andy's Beer Reviews. Actually, you'll be number one because yeah, great guy, really great guy. And let's not forget Don, who I just did mention. Don's Beer Reviews. He's got the greatest setup. It's so crystal clear. He's got all these little sort of gadgets for, adding CO2 to the beers or just you have to watch him. You just really need to watch him, and he's a really nice, laid back guy as well. And he's got some really crazy outfits as well. You have to watch his reviews to see what I mean. So there you go. That's all the beer reviewers that I've started to recently sort of get into, and so all 7 of you are watching this video. Cheers.